Hey guys! So today I thought I would do a first impressions on this new-ish, I guess it's not really new foundation, but it's new to me. It is the Clinique Beyond Perfecting Foundation and Concealer. I've never tried it, and I thought I would film my first impression on it because I haven't done that for a whole lot of foundations, but I thought it might be a good idea. Alright, so this is what the bottle looks like. Pretty classic. Obviously the packaging is just classic Clinique packaging, kind of all of it looks the same. I have it in the shade number 2 Alabaster. I'm not entirely sure if this is going to completely match. I honestly don't know. I did test it like on the sides of my face and it seemed to be fine and it didn't seem to like oxidize, but you never know until you like really test it. By the way, can we talk about this bow? Like, is this not the cutest little thing ever? Oh, I love these bows. Okay, so I'm gonna do one half of my face with a sponge, and I'm gonna do the other half of my face with this brush right here. It's kind of like a dupe of the Artiste brush, but this one is by iBeauty. I found this at Marshall's, and I mean, isn't this just like beautiful? Like, I could not resist. I'm going to prime my face with my Skindinavia makeup primer spray just because I like this and because it feels good. Yeah, it feels good. Alrighty, so when you open this up, it has this massive doe foot applicator. Like, this is ridiculously giant. Ooh, there we go. Like, ridiculous. So according to the website and everything, you're just supposed to smear this on your face with this doe foot. This is meant for dry combination to combination oily skin. So skin types 2 and 3. I am very much like oily combo because I mean my cheeks don't get too oily, but the rest of my face, like pretty much the entire center of my face, gets extremely oily. So we'll see how this goes. Alright, here goes nothing. Oh goodness. Seems to actually have blended out really nicely. It seems like a good match for my skin tone, so I'm really hoping that this doesn't oxidize. So just going to put a little bit more across my forehead. And the claims with this is that you're not supposed to need concealer. Like, this is supposed to be a 2-in-1. I don't know if I'm going to be able to make that happen, but we will see. So this does look like it has decent coverage. I can still see like my hyperpigmentation that I have on my cheeks, and I can still see a little bit of the other minor imperfections, but for the most part it seems to have evened out my skin tone fairly well. It's got a little bit of a dewy finish to it, so we'll definitely have to set this with powder. Let's go in and try it with this. I want to say it's a little less dewy on this side. I don't not like the application with this. I feel like it did apply very nicely. I'd have to play with that a little bit more to see exactly how I feel about it. I'm going to put a little bit more on both sides just to kind of see how much coverage I can really get out of this, considering this is supposed to also work as a concealer. I also want to see how it builds on itself. I still think I prefer my sponge when it comes to blending out this foundation. So I'm just going to make sure I get kind of everything nice and evened out. I think the coverage is really good. Like I said, I just really hope that this does not oxidize. Because right now, the color looks really good. I'm only having to blend it just a little bit down the neck. Overall, it doesn't look too bad. I do think I'm still going to use a concealer just to kind of brighten up the under eyes, although they don't look bad at all. I'm just using my Urban Decay Naked Skin. So now I'm just going to go in and powder real quick just to set all this in place. I'm going to be using my RCMA No Color Powder, but I put it in this little tin because it's a lot easier to work with. I got this at Michael's, and it's actually one that's made for like spices. It's got little holes and stuff on the side, but totally works for what I need it to. I'm going to go off and finish the rest of my face, and I will be back with check-ins when I'm done. Okay, so I just finished up all the rest of my makeup. Everything applied really nicely. I used a lot of products, at least face products, that I've used many times, and I know how they sit on my skin. And for the most part, everything looks like it applied really nicely. I do think it's oxidized just a hair. I mean, it still matches. Yeah, my face and my neck do still match. I did blend it down a little bit. But like I said, I do feel like it oxidized a tiny bit. If I got any paler, I would need a different shade. That is definitely for sure. This one, I don't know. I want to say it's a little closer to my summer shade. I know, still pale. But it's not bad. I will give you guys a close-up so you can see how it is sitting on my skin. I would probably add a little bit more powder just because, I mean, I just finished up my makeup and I want to make sure that this is going to set all day like nicely. And then I will do check-ins after. So this is the finish that it is giving my skin. It's actually pretty nice. You can see. This area, I always have a whole lot of like large pores and I get very greasy. So that gives you a general idea of the finish and the way it's sitting on my skin. But overall, I do like the way that my makeup turned out today. So I will check in a while. Alright, so it's been a couple of hours. Not that long, to be perfectly honest. It has not been too long, but it has been a couple of hours. I have not touched up. I have not done anything. Honestly, I haven't even like eaten or anything. So, I mean, obviously that's why the lipstick is still like right where it should be. But other than that, I just want to say I don't feel like the foundation has broken down at all. So we will just kind of keep it. I'll keep you posted. Overall, so far, so good. Not too bad. Yes, so it is the end of the night, and I have been wearing this all day, and I have not touched up. So I am fairly shiny. Most of it's pretty much intact. It doesn't look like it clung too badly onto my dry patches. Like throughout the day, it kind of started to cling to a little bit, but not a whole lot. Right here, it all wore away, but that's also because I've had like a runny nose from allergies and all that, so I essentially wiped it all off on accident. But other than that, I think it held up really well. The oxidation wasn't too bad. I mean, it still matches quite well. And like I said, I am a little bit shiny. I would have preferred to have touched up or blotted a little bit, but it's not terrible. My foundation is not floating, which is usually a bit of an issue this time of day. No, it's not floating, it's not doing anything too weird. Honestly, it looks pretty good. So aside from the fact that I just like wiped everything off the center of my face, I did that like an hour ago. I honestly think that this foundation actually worked pretty well, and I'm pretty pleased with it. I'm gonna go wash my face and enjoy the rest of my evening. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you next time. Bye!